Hi, you're listening to the My Body, My Story podcast.
You have survived all that you have up to this point. It's preparing you for what's ahead, and for that part you have to be brave, and some days you don't think you'll survive it, but you will, and there's nothing you can't do.
This is the 45 over 45 chapter where we celebrate rule breakers and role models, the women who inspire us to live life our way and to show their sensuality, beauty, soul, and true essence. Here, we talk about what it's like to be 45 plus, adjusting to the changes that come with time, and we listen to the stories of our participants. If you have an interesting story, we'd love for you to participate. You can email us at info@alexandrawalker.com. That's Alexandra spelt with a K-S. Or visit our website, alexandrawalker.com.
Hi everyone, and welcome to My Body, My Story project. And today we welcome into our studio Tina, and while she's sitting in the makeup chair and Citra is doing makeup for her, I'll be asking her a few questions. Hi Tina, welcome to the studio.
Hi, thank you.
And tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm a 49-year-old mother of 5 young adults.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I had them pretty quickly, from the age of 20 to 28. So yeah, I've had a very busy but rewarding life. I am a professional in a male-dominated industry.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I've also got 4 younger brothers. I'm the eldest, so I'm used to being around a lot of boys and men.
And what is this industry?
Oh, it's the electrical industry. So I'm a purchasing officer in a wholesaler.
So you're the lady boss.
I'm the lady boss. I love my job. Love it.
So what are you most passionate about?
I'm most passionate about my family. Family is everything. My children inspire me every single day. They give me strength. They laugh through adversity and have taught me how to do so as well. Without laughter, I don't think I could have gotten through half the things I've gone through.
So what you said that you were very young when you had your first child. So what is it for you, motherhood or being a mother at such a young age? And was it the difference between having your first child and then 8 years later your 5th one? So is there any difference?
Oh, massively. I was 20, but I was a very young 20-year-old. I fell pregnant, when I was 19, had him when I was 20. And so the difference between the first to the last is that I was in a very, very different place with my last child. I actually found the first one probably to be better, and because I had a complete nervous breakdown after I had my last child.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that was quite difficult. But in saying that, through all of that, no matter how sick I was, it was always in the back of my mind that I had to get well very quickly because I had young children who needed me. I had a newborn. So, yeah.
So how did you manage with 5 kids? It's not like 8 years between first and the last. It's not that much, considering there's a 5 of them.
That's right.
So how did you manage? Like, did you have help, or you did everything by your own? And
Well, I was with my husband for 14 years, and so we shared the parenting role. Obviously, we also had a business that we ran from home, which does make it easier. We shared both roles. I never found being a mother stressful. I never had anxiety about that. Being the eldest of 5 kids, my mother looked upon me to also help her. So I did a lot of babysitting, and so it just came very natural to me. So I never struggled with it.
So I always had this question, like I know that all the mothers answer the same way, but I'm just wondering, like, because I'm having only one child, and for me it's always interesting. Is there all like do you have a favorite one, or you love them the same, or how it's this love you share between 5 of them? So how it happens?
Yeah, I know. When I was pregnant with my second, I thought, wow, I love this child so much. How am I going to give my second child all that love as well? But surprisingly, you do. You really, really do.
So you have an endless source of love for your kids.
Absolutely. And they're all got their own little individual personalities. They all bring something to the table. And they're all very, very funny. They are really, really funny. And they all are just so strong, and they stand on their own. And yeah.
So you have sons and daughters? Or?
I do. I have 3 sons and 2 daughters. So I had my son first, then my 2 daughters, and then my last 2 boys.
Okay. Who helps you more, boys or girls?
Oh, girls.
Girls, yeah.
Oh, actually, I don't know. My oldest son's always been there, and my youngest son also. And actually, no, they all help.
You see, that's how we find out that the same as this love, you have same amount of love for everyone.
Yeah.
So they also have.
That's right.
That's interesting. And you were born in Sydney?
Yes, in Sydney. Yeah.
So it's your city, and you were born and raised here.
Yeah, born and raised here. I love it. I love the city. I'm a city girl.
Oh.
I do love, the beach and the bush and things like that, but I always come back to the city. Love it.
It has its own vibe and mood.
It does, and it holds such memories for me as a child,
So everyone knows that with age we change, but what positive changes have you experienced so far at this age?
Oh, the wisdom I have now, the knowledge that you have, and the confidence. I was always a scared little girl, I was always full of life and quite bubbly, but there was always always had this insecurity about myself because I was always the smallest, I always had that stigma, per se. And I was worried about what people thought. Now I really don't care.
So why do you think it happens? Like I asked different ladies or other ladies about that, but we didn't find an answer yet. So why we just suddenly stop caring when we turn 45, 50, not before?
Yeah.
So what changes?
For me, I think it's trauma. I do. Because with part of the healing process is really reaching inside of yourself and finding that inner strength to keep going on. And along with that, I think naturally comes you don't care what people think of you anymore.
So as soon as you go through some serious tests in life, then you just realize that the main focus should be you.
Absolutely, nothing else matters really. Everything else is just really, really small stuff. So all the stuff that I used to worry about, I really didn't need to.
And when you say trauma, do you mean like relationship or health, or what related to, or
A lot of family crisis.
family crisis?
Yeah. My oldest son has been, the biggest fight of his life since 2018, and it crushed us all. Sorry.
If you don't want to talk about that, we can skip that part.
Yeah, it's quite, I don't mind talking about it. It's just a very, it can be a trigger for some people.
So how you and family manage? You come together in this, or everyone has to go through their own processes?
Oh, we come together, we fight together, and we and we laugh. We do laugh through it. You know, we make light of a terrible situation. You know, you have to.
So, what is the biggest challenge at the moment for you as a woman of this age?
Well, physically, it's the physical changes. I mean, menopause is around the corner for me. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm just...
In the process?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm perimenopausal. Also, I'm going to cry again.
That's okay. We're here for such an emotional conversation. Sometimes we
Yeah.
have that. So,
Yeah. So I'm facing hysterectomy with partial removal of other lady parts due to cervical cancer. That disease killed my mother. And yeah, that's a big step for me. Yeah, it's major. And if my mum had have had that surgery, it would have saved her life.
So you're doing it
Yes.
in the future, nearest
Very
future?
near future, yes. I just had another biopsy on Thursday. So every year I seem to be going back and having things removed from that same area. So my surgeon and I are now seriously discussing this surgery. He was quite happy to do it 12 months ago, but he said your other area is now compromised and that will need to be removed. We can't remove the one without the other. It'd be pointless. So he said you have time on your side. So I had 12 months to think about that. So I've decided to... It's something I need to do, especially for my kids. I don't want them to, you know, bury me at such a young age.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a very sensitive subject, and I think the decisions we have to take. But you know, in that case, like you have 5 kids, and you know, it's just for some psychological reasons we're thinking like, okay, if it's something removed, I'm not that anymore, and this.
Absolutely, and it's a fear thing. It's you know you're going to be okay. You do. I mean, because the alternative is far, far worse.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you've got to weigh that up.
And you think if things got the medicine reach the stage or level that it can be treated at least this way and save lives and...
Absolutely, and if you keep on top of it, it can save your life, you know.
So do you just do surgery and then, or you have to combine it with the medical treatments as well, or?
At this stage, just surgery, thank goodness, because cervical cancer is so easy to treat if it's caught very, very early. Luckily for me, because of my mother, I have kept on top of it.
Checking it, yeah.
Checking it, and it's so rife in my family. And we're so lucky in this country that we have screening in young women as well. Other countries don't have it, and women die.
Yeah.
You know, it's a terrible disease.
So everyone should do it once they have the opportunity. They should definitely go and screen.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, watching my mother go through her treatment was horrific. Can't imagine actually going through that.
Yeah.
You know, she was desperately sick.
Wow. So, what if you could go back in time and meet your 30-year-old self? What advice would you give her?
I would say to her that you have survived all that you have up to this point. It's preparing you for what's ahead. And for that part, you have to be brave. And some days you don't think you'll survive it, but you will. And there's nothing you can't do. Yeah, that's what I'd tell her.
What would you say was your greatest accomplishment so far?
Oh, definitely my kids.
Your kids.
Definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt. Everything else is just material stuff, you know.
if you could give advice to younger women, because you have young daughters as well, and who will eventually undergo the age changes we're going through now, and what would you tell them in advance?
Yeah, in advance. I would say to them, you know, while we don't like the wrinkles and the tummy that we get, embrace them, be thankful for it, because some women don't live long enough to age that long. I mean, I've had a friend who was in her very early 30s who died from breast cancer, who left a very young daughter.
Wow.
So be thankful.
To get old.
To get old, really, yeah. You were able to bring up your children or your child. Watch them grow, watch them get married, have grandchildren. You know, all those things that we all take for granted. Some people don't get that opportunity. Yeah, I would say just embrace it.
It's a very good advice. So if we go to the subject of a body image, where do you think this idea comes from of the perfect body image? And what it would be for you, a perfect body?
Oh, social media plays a big part in body image, especially with young women. You know, all the influencers. These young women probably have to just realise that, you know, like everybody, we put a lot of work into our bodies. Yeah, definitely social media. And my body, my perfect body would be a very flat stomach. I mean, that's what I used to have, and I'd love to have that back, but I don't think that's going to happen, and that's okay.
So what does it mean to you, feeling good and looking good? What comes first?
Oh, feeling good for sure, because you have to be healthy on the inside, because it reflects on the outside, your glowing skin. We smile more because we feel good, and the more you smile, the more you look good. Yeah.
So what makes you feel the most beautiful?
My family and my friends, they let me just be me, you know. Yeah, not that that matters. I'm just quite unfiltered anyway. Yeah, I love to just put on some makeup, do my hair, put on a cute dress. I feel quite good then. Makes me feel really good.
So you're in the right place today.
I am, definitely. The more that makeup goes on, the better I'm feeling.
And do you have any favorite quote about being a woman?
Oh, I do. It's long, but I'll keep it short. I would definitely say that there is nothing that you can't do as a woman. Absolutely nothing. The world is your oyster.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your story, for raising awareness on such a important subject.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And I hope you will enjoy the rest of the day in your photo shoot, and you'll have a blast today.
I'm sure I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
If you have an interesting story, we'd love for you to participate. You can email us at info@alexandrawalker.com. That's Alexandra spelt with a KS. Or visit our website, alexandrawalker.com.